What China also wants to control is the narrative. We told you last week how they're ready to publish a book already on their epic response to this pandemic. And we've been telling you every day how they try to cook up stories. One of them was this. The Wuhan virus, they said, was made in America. The man who floated this theory was Zhao Lijian. Remember him? He's among our favorites from China. He blocked us. He is the spokesperson of the Chinese Foreign Ministry and their defender/attacker on social media. He's also the man who said that the US military should be blamed for this pandemic. He very categorically stated that the US Army brought this virus to Wuhan. Now Mr. Zhao is making a U-turn. He's distancing his comments from the Chinese government. In other words, China, the government, is disowning this spokesperson's theory, or this theory. Zhao says that his claim was a personal one. It was made on his Twitter account. The position of the Chinese government on the source of the virus has been consistent and clear, he says. Listen to this.
The question I raised on my personal account was a response to the stigmatization of China by some US politicians. It also reflects the indignation of many people in China. The position of the Chinese government on the source of coronavirus is consistent and clear. This is a scientific issue, and we need to listen to the opinions of science majors.
A consistent position, he says. It wasn't so consistent for the Chinese state media, we say. For weeks, state-sponsored news organizations echoed his claims. It was a US conspiracy, they said. They pushed stories blaming the United States Army. There's ample proof of this. Guess what the same state media is doing now? They are calling Zhao Lijian an outspoken Chinese diplomat. The headline is on your screen. China's Global Times says blaming the US was a smart move. It says Mr. Zhao was only using American tactics against the Americans. Well, what tactics is he using now? Zhao Lijian is now talking about strengthening cooperation with the United States. Believe it or not, he says Donald Trump and Xi Jinping have reached consensus and are working together in this fight.
Only by strengthening cooperation can the international community win the battle with this pandemic. It is hoped that the US and China will work together to strengthen cooperation in anti-epidemic and other fields in accordance with the important consensus reached by the two heads of state on 27th March.
As for the Chinese state media, this is what they are doing. A headline by China's Xinhua news agency is on your screen. It was published this evening. It reads, and I'm quoting, East-West, together's best. It's a bit cheesy. It goes on to say, mutual assistance has existed from the start between China and the United States. Well, they may want to recheck the meaning of the word start. A few weeks back, they were fighting over trade. They were also fighting over the origin of the virus, blaming each other. For Trump, it was a Chinese virus. For Beijing, it was a virus unleashed by the US military.
He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this?
Because it comes from China.
Racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
I want to be accurate. It comes from China, he says. He seemed resolute in planning to pin down China there. Then a phone call took place. President Xi Jinping spoke to President Donald Trump. And as if by magic, Trump softened. He praised China. He called China's response commendable. Now, days after that U-turn by the American president, the Chinese are softening their stance vis-a-vis America. So was there a deal that the world does not know about? What explains the shift? We shall keep digging.